Hello, Tottenham fans. Welcome to another video on our channel. Your space dedicated to the club that never ceases to amaze, Tottenham Hotspur. Today's topic is both serious and exciting. Mickey van de Ven, the Dutch defender who is enjoying a simply spectacular run of form, has become the center of a dilemma that could decide the future of Spurs season. After shining with 2 goals and a performance worthy of a captain, Van de Ven has presented manager Thomas Frank with one of his most difficult decisions yet. At stake is the balance between performance, physical risk, and the long-awaited fight for the Premier League summit. It all happened in the 3-0 victory over Everton, a game that showcased the best and worst of Tottenham's current challenges. Van de Ven was the name of the game. 2 headed goals, leadership on the pitch, and a dominant presence both defensively and in possession. With Christian Romero injured and Ben Davies out with a muscle problem, the Dutchman has been practically carrying the defense alone, and coach Thomas Frank knows how risky that is. The defender has a history of defeats and spent much of last season on the sidelines. But today he is Tottenham's most played outfield player in both the Premier League and Champions League. The question is simple, yet cruel. How to keep Van de Ven fit without putting him at risk? This is the dilemma Tottenham urgently needs to resolve. Van de Ven's performance against Everton did not go unnoticed. The English press praised the defender as a true silent leader and the defensive engine that sustains Thomas Frank's system. Journalists from Sky Sports and BBC Sport praised the Dutchman's all-around performance, which, in addition to scoring, was impeccable in his build-up play, completing 68 passes, the most of the match. On social media, Tottenham fans went wild. Many fans believed Van de Ven had accepted the captain's request for protection definitively, while others expressed concern about his excessive playing time. Between pride and apprehension, the feeling is unanimous. Spurs depend on him, and that could be dangerous. Thomas Frank now faces a decision that could determine the course of the season. With a tough stretch of matches ahead, including matches against Newcastle in the League Cup and Copenhagen in the Champions League, the manager knows he needs to manage Van de Ven's physical fatigue. But the dilemma is difficult. Resting the defender means losing defensive strength. Keeping him on the field could result in a new injury. The lack of alternatives exacerbates the problem. Romero, Davies, and Dragusin are out, and the young Byfield, just 16, is the only available backup. Frank's choice, therefore, is not just tactical, it's strategic. Any mistake could jeopardize the balance of time and the team's chances of winning the title this season. Mickey van de Ven has been showing why he's considered one of the most promising defenders in the Premier League. Since sustaining his injury, the Dutchman has become a symbol of confidence in Tottenham's defense. At just 23 years old, he combines physical strength, speed, and above-average reading of the game. Against Everton, he wasn't just efficient, he was dominant. He scored 2 headed goals, had complete control of his passing, and displayed a quiet leadership style that was consistently strong. Furthermore, his development is a direct result of behind-the-scenes work. Van de Ven has dedicated himself intensely to physical recovery and muscle strengthening, something Thomas Frank made a point of publicly highlighting. Today, he's the first name on Spurs' roster, and more than that, the cornerstone of a time that dreams of competing for titles again. Thomas Frank's dilemma is one of those problems every manager would like to have, but one that also requires maturity to solve. Van de Ven is in the best moment of his career, and the temptation to keep him on the field full-time is strong. However, Tottenham has already felt the weight of losing key players to injury at crucial moments. The challenge now is to balance ambition and prudence. Frank needs to trust the academy, rotate the squad, and understand that preserving Van de Ven can be as important as fielding the ideal team. The Dutch defender is the heart of the defense, but he's also human. If pushed to the limit, the price can be high. And Spurs fans know all too well how that usually ends. And that's it, fans. Tottenham is in a decisive moment, and Mickey van de Ven is the symbol of this new phase. Talent, leadership, and responsibility. But now the challenge is knowing how to balance it. The balance between intensity and preservation could be the factor that determines Spurs' future this season. If you believe Thomas Frank is on the right track, or think the manager needs to give his defender more rest, comment below. Your opinion helps build this passionate Spurs community. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell, because there's much more analysis and behind-the-scenes footage from Tottenham coming in the next videos. we're still together with faith and determination. Because being a Spurs fan means never giving up.